The Restoration tab is a CAD/CAM design tool that allows users to place and design digital restorations based on the stone model. As you can see here, our surgical guide consultants have already registered the stone model to the scan for this case. When you first switch to the Restoration tab, our teeth library will appear if implants have been placed in the case. Our teeth library consists of collections of teeth with different sizes and wears. The associated names allow for easy identification of the set. We recommend using Marianne as it is our best collection. Invivo will automatically identify the implants that are placed in the case. In this case, it is 31 and 29. If there are implants or stone models registered to the case, we can also add in additional restorations. I'm going to go ahead and choose 30 as well. When I click OK, the software will automatically place the restorations in the general area. In order to edit the restorations, I'm going to turn off the visibility of the maxilla and clip the volume. When editing the restorations, you may want to check for symmetry along the arch in reference to the size and position of the restorations. You can click and drag to move the restorations. The orange rotational arrows allow for rotation of the restoration. The rotational plane is based on the user's perspective. Additionally, we have these handles here that allow for adjustment of the mesial, distal, buccolingual, and height of the restoration. We also have these sliders over here to edit those parameters. From the sagittal view, you may want to check the curve of B. Select all three restorations by holding down the Control key and clicking and dragging to move them down. From the posterior view, you may want to check the arch curve. Next, I'm going to show you the Teeth Collation tool. By turning on the tool here, we can visualize the collision between the restorations. As you can see here, this area indicates that there is contact with the adjacent tooth. In order to resolve this collision, we have some mesh editing tools available here, but I want to show you the Auto Collision Resolution tool. By selecting the tool and selecting the area of contact and choosing No, the restoration will resize in order to resolve the collision. Do you have a milling machine and would like to learn about designing custom abutments and bridges? We do have tools for designing them here. In order to create a custom abutment, select the restoration and click on Custom Abutment. We can adjust the abutment by manually moving the nodes here or by adjusting the parameters here. You may want to check that the abutment is fully encased in the restoration from multiple angles. Once we're done editing the abutment, click Close. With the restoration still selected, click on Fit to Custom Abutment. This tool allows you to adjust the interface between the restoration and the abutment. Click on Show Undercut Regions and block out undercut regions. Once you're done editing the parameters here, click on Build Crown. Next, I'm going to show you how to create a Ponting. By selecting the middle restoration, click on Create Ponting with Gingiva. Choose the type of Ponting to create and click OK. And as you can see, a Ponting has been created based on the Stowed model. In order to create bridge connectors, select all 3 restorations by holding down the Control key and click on Create Bridge Connectors between selected restorations. Say yes. When you click on the connectors, you have editing parameters that you can change. Next, I want to show you our Articulation Tools. Since scans are often taken in the open bite position, this tool allows us to simulate the closed bite position of the teeth to visualize the force vectors of the bite. First, I'm going to turn on the Show Interarch Collision tool and turn on the visibility of the maxilla and increase the visibility of the mandible. As you can see here, it shows the collision of the arches in green. I'm going to adjust the occlusion. Say yes. When adjusting the occlusion, move the opposite arch. Since our restorations are in the mandible, go ahead and move the maxilla. When moving the arch, aim for a light 3-point contact. Once we're done setting the occlusion, click on the tool to exit. Additionally, there is an automated method where the software will calculate the closed bite position, but this may not be as precise. Another option is to have our surgical guide consultants adjust the occlusion. We're going to go ahead and choose yes, as we already adjusted the occlusion. First, we need to move the green dots to where the condyles are. In order to do so, I need to turn off the clipping. Remember to check the placement of the dots from multiple perspectives. This graph here is jaw tracking for a generic jaw movement and represents the rotation and translation of the condyle. When I click play, you can see that the open and closed paths are different. The graph is based on an average motion, and since each individual is different, the user can adjust the graph according to the jaw tracking system if available by moving these nodes. Do you have an intraoral scanner and would like to learn how to register the Stowed model to the CT scan yourself? If not, our surgical guide consultants can perform the registration for you. I'm going to open up another scan. Here we already have the lower Stowed model registered to the scan. I'm going to show you how to import and register the Maxilla Stowed model. I'm going to click on Import Stowed Models and locate the Stowed model file. As you can see, here's the maxilla. Although the position is already correct, I'm going to show you how to register the Stowed model to the scan. Click on Register to CT. The instructions are laid out for you here, and you can click on Help to learn how to register more complicated cases. First, select a midpoint on the Stowed model, preferably towards the occlusal surface. Choose the same point on the volume itself. Then place 2 points on the volume, also towards the occlusal surface, and not selecting any area with scatter. Click on Perform Registration. You can use these cross-sectional slices to check the registration. There are additional controls here to fine-tune the registration as well. Once we're done with the registration, click on Done.
If you have any unanswered questions, or if you would like additional information, consult the Invivo reference manual. If you do not have a copy of the manual, or still have questions, contact Cavo Dental Imaging Technical Support by calling 866-528-6537.